thanks to the Javier Murthy garu, okay, to allow me, okay, like to teach, okay, like the JNTU students. Um, so far, I never got a chance, okay, like to teach the Indians in India exactly, even though I came from the Andhra. Uh, Let me introduce myself a little bit, okay, like maybe around 2 to 3 minutes, and then after that, like I'll give you a little bit overview about the entire course, how we will do that, and what kind of a things. Okay, like I will be teaching, and what are the topics that we are going to cover, and what would be your role. Okay, like what you will do, and how this entire course has been designed, all the stuff. Uh, Yeah, you already heard from Murthy garu. Okay, like I'm Kiran Koparapu. Okay, like you guys can call me in short as Kiran. Uh, Presently, okay, I'm working as an adjunct. Okay, I've been so to switch over between one subject to another subject. Okay, like so depending on the number of students, like who will be choosing the courses, so they will shift me from one subject to another subject. Okay. From my education perspective, I done my BTech from Nagarjuna University in computer science engineering, and after that, like I've done my masters, like in computer science from Central University. I studied in Hyderabad. After that, I worked for 4 or 5 years in India. Okay, like various clients. Okay, like I got a very good opportunity. Okay, like to work as a developer. Okay, like sometimes as a tester, sometimes as a designer, sometimes as an architect, solution architect. Then after that, like I moved to United States. Past 16 years, okay, like I've been working with so many projects, so many clients. Okay, like I've seen um, ups and downs of all the industry. Uh, Especially about the big data. The past 4 years, I've been actively working on the big data side. Um, Even in the big also like I started as a developer, but very soon I became an administrator, and then stuck as a solution architect. Okay, like for clients who are very new to the big data, okay, like they might have heard about big data and Hadoop, okay, like all of us, right? So, but they don't know how to utilize this technology and what kind of a situations, scenarios this technology is opted, where to use it, how to use it, and what are the best practices. Okay, like in using this technology. So that's where my expertise is. Okay. Um, uh, Now, yes. Okay, very good. Uh, if any of you are not able to hear my voice, or if it's not clear, okay, like please uh, raise it to Chakravarti Garu, and he will be very happy to assist you. Thanks, KIT. Or hope I think I'm seeing that like everyone is joined both audio and video except the CAST. Uh, RCE, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing them as connected to audio. I'm not sure whether they are able to hear my voice or not. RCEE. For internal faculty, okay, like um, if you lost the audio or if you lost the video or anything, if you want to connect me, okay, it would be the chatting window. Um, I would be seeing the messages whenever someone typed into the chatting window. It will be pop up on my window immediately. Then that is the best way, okay, like to uh, bring into my attention. Okay, next thing is about my experience in the big data. As I told you, I have more than 4 years of experience in the big data and the Hadoop domain, especially. I have worked in so many clients. I'm certified Hadoop administrator from Cloudera and also the Hortonworks. Also, I'm a certified Hadoop developer from both Cloudera and Hortonworks. I'm also a NoSQL specialist, certified NoSQL specialist from Cloudera. Also, I'm a certified DBA from MongoDB. Uh, Pretty much, I covered all the 90 yards of the big data. Okay, like in the past 4 years. I also worked as a professional services from the Hortonworks itself. Um, we'll talk about what is this Hortonworks, what is this Cloudera, okay, like who are these companies and what are the relation between Hadoop and big data. We would see that in the coming weeks. The next thing is what are the things that we're going to learn as part of this course. Okay. In the coming 16 weeks, what are the topics that we are going to learn, how it's going to helpful, and how it is different from the other courses. So what are the road plan and how we are going to learn together. Okay. Uh, I think this course has been named as Hadoop and Big Data. Yeah, pretty much you might have already observed that people would use these words interchangeably. Okay, like some people would say big data, some people would say Hadoop, some people would say both, and some people would say like even Hadoop and big data. You might be wondering exactly like what are these words, how they have been related, okay, what is really big data? When our data would be called as big data, or when our data would be promoted as big data, in which scenarios our data would be considered as big data. Okay. And what is the relation between Hadoop and big data? Why the people would use both interchangeably and even both together? Most of the cases they use both together. Um, so we'll start from that basics onwards. What is data? What is big data? What is Hadoop? What is the relation between Hadoop and big data? When your data would be called as big data. So these are the things first, initially a week or 2 weeks we are going to learn. And what are the features of big data? What are the system characteristics? Okay. And what are the uh, software components used in the Hadoop or even in the big data domain? Okay, like we'll be learning these things. Then slowly, once we learn the difference between Hadoop and big data, then coming classes, we'll be learning more about Hadoop. What is Hadoop? What are the different components of the Hadoop? Why it's called as a platform? What are different tools available in the Hadoop platform? What is the advantage of each tool? When we need to use the particular tool in a Hadoop? In which scenarios that we'll use a particular tool? What are its features? Slowly, one by one, okay, like we learn about all these things. Okay. Um, the next one, we learn internals of map and reduce. What is map again? What is reduce? What is this map reduce is called? Where it will be used? Why the map reduce has been used in the Hadoop? What are its advantages? Why we need to use map reduce? Okay, so these are the things will be covered probably as part of our um, second unit or first unit, end of the first unit. Totally, we have the 6 units as part of this course. So in the unit one, typically it all introduction. Okay, like unit 1 and 2. It's all introduction about big data, Hadoop, relations, and a small introduction about MapReduce. Also, we will cover um, data structures of the Java. Some of the data structures, I'm pretty sure like you might have learned in your second year or third year courses, right? Uh, like linked list, stacks, queue, sets, maps, like that. All these data structures, we will go through a, a quick glance about all these data structures, high level, how we will implement these data structures, or what are the API that we need to use. Uh, the reason is, all of you, I want to make sure that you are aware of how to use these data structures. Okay. When we'll use the stack, when we use the queue, when we'll use the map, what is the difference between hash map and tree map, like that. So all the structures, you must be very much comfortable in using them and where to use it and all the stuff. Then slowly, I will take to the generic classes. What are the generic classes available in the Java? Um, what are the generic types? How to define the generic class with generic types, and serializations, what kind of a different kind of a serializations are available, why we need to serialize the object, high level, what would be the advantages, and how to use the serialization in the Java. So these are the things are um, basic prerequisites, okay, like to go to the next units, like unit 3, 4, like that. Unit 3 and 4 heavily focused on the MapReduce. So to write a MapReduce program, we must have all this knowledge. Data structures in Java, okay, like serialization concepts, generic classes, generic types, how to pass a parameters of generic types to a particular method or to a particular class or to invoke a particular object. Then we learn what is a MapReduce, how to write a MapReduce program in Java, how to write a mapper, how to write a reducer, how to combine these two, how the mapper program will work, how the reducer program will work, how the data has been moved from mapper to reducer. Okay. These are the things we learn in the unit 3. Okay. In the 4, we'll go to that little bit more advanced level of MapReduce, and we'll see different interfaces which are available typically in a traditional MapReduce programming. Writable interface, comparators, writable classes, generic writable. I do have a very huge list on that one. So these are the unit 3 and 4, more focused on the MapReduce part. Unit 1 and 2, Java data structures background, and Hadoop and big data introduction. Next, we'll see what is this Hadoop, how we could install Hadoop software, what are the different ways of installing the software. Okay. Um, if also I'm planning each of us, okay, like will be able to install our own cluster or our own Hadoop stack. We will install it. We will see that what are the different daemons of the Hadoop and their functionalities. Each daemon, what it does, what are its advantages, how it will help the Hadoop platform. We'll learn one by one by one. Okay. Once we are familiar about installing the Hadoop platform, what are the different Hadoop components and their functionalities, uh, use cases, how to use it, and then we'll see that how this platform will help some of the challenges of the big data. Why we need to learn the big data? Why now? Why it's so important to learn about the big data? I'm pretty sure there might be a motivational reason why you choose this course, even though it's elective, even though you have an option to choose some other courses. There may be some small motivational factor, right? Why you choose this course. Okay, we'll see that one. I will give you 10 more additional reasons. Okay, like but why we need to learn this technology. Okay, and trust me, it took nearly 12 years after completion of my BTech to know about the big data. But you guys are very, very lucky. While studying the BTech itself, you are learning about the big data technologies. Okay. Uh, why this technology is not there in 15 years back? Why all of a sudden uh, people are talking about this Hadoop and big data? Why it's important? Why everyone is looking expertise in this area? Why the people has introduced this course as part of their undergraduates and graduates itself? We learn that all of you, I'm pretty sure, okay, like you can understand that what is the reason, okay, like for adding this course in your BTech curriculum itself. Then we'll go from there. Next thing is, now we have the platform is ready, and now we know what are the advantages. Okay, like why we are learning how to use it, why only this technology would uh, be suitable to resolve some of the big data problems. The next one is how best we could use this platform. What are the different ways to use this platform? What kind of a problems that I could submit to this platform? How effectively this platform will give us the results in less times. So we will learn some of the tools which are part of the Hadoop ecosystem or Hadoop platform itself. So one of the most prominent tool used in the industry is called like a Hive. Hive. It's called Hive. What is Hive? What kind of a interfaces that Hive would provide? How a typical Hive program executes in a Hadoop cluster? How the people would use Hive? Where it will be used? How it will be useful for the analytics? Especially Hive will be used heavily in analytics domain, whether it can be BI analytics or predictive analytics or any kind of analytics. Okay, Hive is heavily used, and I doubt is there any client who has Hadoop platform installed who are not at all using Hive. Definitely, who has Hadoop platform installed, I'm pretty sure 100% they will be using somewhere around. Okay, they'll use the Hive. So since that is very very important, so we are learning in and outs of Hive in Unit 5. Then next, Unit 6, there is another powerful, much more dominant tool in Hadoop ecosystem is Pig. Yes, it's literally called as Pig, Pig. So we'll see that why they named this tool as a Pig, how it's different from Hive, what, in which scenarios we'll use the Pig, which scenarios we'll use the Hive, what is the relation between these two, how we will run a Pig program in the Hadoop platform, which one is effective, all in and out of pig or pig Latin script. In short, they'll be called as a pig. Yes, it's just pig. I know it sounds like a little bit odd, right? Hearing of a animal as one of the tool name. We'll see that. What is this pig? What features that pig has? First of all, why they named it this tool as a pig? And we'll be running some of the examples. Also, we'll be doing a a small project or small task. Okay, like using the pig script. How people would use uh, pig Latin scripts uh, to make it run on the Hadoop cluster, uh, and how they will execute. Okay, like these big scripts in the Hadoop cluster, so that like processing would be much more faster than any other traditional mechanisms. Yeah, it's not probably a small task or a problem. Okay. So with that, that is unit 6. I think with that, covered all the things, um, all the units. Uh, Again, I will go through one more time. So we have totally 6 units, unit 1 and 2. We will learning about basics about big data, relation between big data and Hadoop, and Java, data structures of Java, generic classes. What are the basic things which are required for the coming units? Then unit 3 and unit 4, it's completely on the map reduce part. Um, to write a map reduce program, frankly speaking, Java is not only the language that Java is not only the language where you write your Java map reduce program. Apart from Java, you could also write Python, Ruby, Scala. Okay, there are some languages where you could write your map reduce programs. Uh, but I'm pretty sure like you all have learned a little bit or some extent of Java. Okay, like in your previous years. So we'll be using Java as a programming language to write our map reduce program. Uh, Even if you're not familiar or even if you're not expert in Java, I think that should be fine for us. Okay, like to write a MapReduce program, we need not be experts in Java. Okay, like if you know a little bit of Java or core Java especially, I think that would be enough. So that is the reason like unit 1 we will cover basics about data structures, okay, like and generic classes to make you more familiar about even whether you remember or not. So we'll refresh all your Java skills there in the unit 1. We'll be writing some little bit programs, maybe around 6 or 8 in the unit 1, and then we'll go to the unit 3 and 4. So unless we complete these data structures and generic classes, little bit things on the unit 1, you will face a problems in unit 3 and 4, because 3 and 4 it's um, in the beginning minute onwards, I would be talking about generic classes, generic types, how to pass parameters, how to do that, and all the stuff. So that is the reason, like unit 1, we'll get more familiar about our previous Java knowledge and Java skills, and then from there we can go to 3 and 4. And unit 5 is completely on the high, and unit 6 is completely on the peak. Once you complete this course, um, you will clearly identify that where this big data technology would be used, in which scenarios we could use this technology. what are the advantages of using this technology? Okay, how to use this technology? So these are the main objectives or learning outcomes from this course. Um, Also, definitely, it will increase your Java programming skills as well, because most of the time, like we will be doing the Java programming. Okay, like off of this course, I'm expecting you to write a Java programs, so that will increase your Java programming as well. Um, you will be familiar about Hive and Pig, which are very heavily used tools when compared to all other tools available in the Hadoop ecosystems. Those who has a knowledge about databases and SQL, uh, I'm pretty sure even that course as also you might have covered in your previous years. Okay, like maybe in second year, third year. Okay. Uh, if you remember your SQL syntaxes, how to create a table, how to select a particular columns of a table, how to insert the data into a table, how to drop the table. Okay, like if you remember all your SQLs, um, your high syntax is pretty much similar to that. So there is a lot of advantage. Okay, like that is the reason I think, I guess, um, JVR Murthy garu and Chakravarti garu, they decided to have this course in your final years. Okay. One thing is Java, another one is having a SQL background or SQL knowledge. And
Professor Kiran,
yes, sir.
a small request. Sorry for the interruption. The thing
Sure, sir.
is, right now, from you, I understood pig and hive are more popularly used in industry than the map reduce, right?
Uh, Correct, sir.
So in such case, what I request is just cover the map reduce that is there in the syllabus, and please try to concentrate on pig and hive with some real-time examples where you did, where you
Okay.
contributed, so that it will be very good for our students for the employability. I request
Okay.
you.
Sure, sure, sure. Definitely. I'll keep in mind on that one.
Please.
Yeah.
And another request from my side is when you are handling, you just give some industry scenario that this will be used in industry at this stage. So this will be helpful, like so that that will be highly motivating for my students. It's another request from my side, please.
Definitely, sir. I mean, I have so many, so
Yes,
many
yes.
slides or so much information, okay, like about the real-time use cases and real-time handling them. Uh, Hive and Peak, they are the tools heavily used in the industry when compared to MapReduce part. A lot of reasons for that. Writing a MapReduce program will take a much more longer time than writing a Peak script or Hive script or Hive sequels. Um, Most of the people they're already aware of the sequels, how to write a SQL in accessing data. Um, Very easy to visualize. Okay, like how data in terms of the databases, tables, rows, columns, like that. That's why most of the people they're allowed to write Hive SQL than Java MapReduce program. Okay. Uh, Pig is also like that. Pig is considered as a very high-level language, as fourth generation language. It has its own syntax, and the language has been called as a Pig Latin. Very easy to learn, very easy to understand. And for example, if you write just 10 lines in Pig script, which will be equivalent to writing a 500 lines of Java MapReduce code. Uh, if you're writing a more number of lines of code, there are more chances to error prone. There are more time to consume. There are more things you need to put more effort to test your code, okay, like to test your results, to cover all your possible scenarios. So that would be the reason, okay, like people would choose Big and Hive. But there are some cases where you will end up writing Java MapReduce only. This Big and Hive will not cover all the things. Okay, like we'll also go through that kind of a scenarios, um, especially the industry use cases. Okay, like wherever the people would care, people would face. In which scenarios that we'll write Java MapReduce? In which cases people would go writing into Hive, writing into the Pig. Okay, like will be. Um, I will also cover such use cases as well. And textbooks, there are like four books that has been recommended. Okay, like as part of your syllabus. Um, my view, the Hadoop, the Definitive Guide by Tom White, that is a must. Okay, like that's very important book. That will be considered as a Bible of the big data. So whoever learn Hadoop and big data, definitely they might have read that book. So I highly recommend you guys will uh, go through that book, read that contents. Okay, like pretty much I would cover some of the things, some of the topics from that book itself. But that is the first recommendation. The next one, uh, Big, J- Big Java, fourth edition by the K. Horstman. That is also a very good book. It covers data structures in Java, okay, like generic classes, okay, like and all the uh, high-level advanced components of the Java programming. The next one is Hadoop for Dummies. That is also a very good book. It has some real-time use cases, also some of the very good examples. Okay, like in particular scenarios. Okay, like how to handle those. Um, uh, like that, that book has very nice rich set of the use cases and also there and which scenarios that we use, which tool that we use, what kind of a problems that this tool will have, which version has the problem, and all that kind of things. The next one is Hadoop in Action. That is also very good, Chatlan. It has more of a Hadoop installation point of view. Okay, like I think that is in Hadoop in Action only, or maybe Hadoop in Practice. It has more Hadoop installation stuff, what kind of different kinds of installations, what kind of recommended networking structure, okay, like should be suitable for Hadoop platforms. More insights on that. Okay. Um, Anything else, Murthy garu, that I can cover today?
Uh, Professor Kiran, you also can suggest any other good material or books are there. It's not a problem. The reason is we just prescribe the books within our limitation or within our limited knowledge, but we certainly value our practical knowledge, and accordingly, probably you can recommend certain things also, or you can give some material to us, which we will circulate also, not an issue.
Okay, sir, sure. I will do that one.
Feel
Uh,
free that about it,
yeah, sure.
because you have more experience in this area, and we certainly value you for that.
Yeah, sure. I think except the Big Java, I do have all remaining the books in PDF format itself.
Big
Um,
Java book, I can send you the soft copy if you want. I can
Yep.
mail you.
Okay, sure, sir.
I'll
You
mail
know,
you that. Apart from that, for Java or Pig Hive, if you have any other good books or material, you please share, sir. That's what.
definitely. Like, I mean, I do have a book for Hive, Apache Hive. I think that is the best book.
Okay.
Um, but I think that the last time they printed is 3 years back. But after that, they stopped it, and they've been updating all the latest features in the online documentation itself. So they never released after that paperback version.
Uh-huh.
Similar thing even for Pig as well. I do have the Pig book. I think it's the Pig 0.7 version based. Now it's almost 0.17 version is going on right now.
Okay.
Yep, I do have some other
If you
materials,
can
but
share those books if you have the soft copies with us, we
yeah, sure,
appreciate.
definitely. I will. I'll try to add that um, in the JNTU eLearn site.
You can mail the soft copies to me so that I can circulate it to our people.
Sure, sir. I will also do that. Okay.
And Big Data soft copy, Big Java soft copy, I will mail you.
Okay.
I have it.
Sure.
Okay.
Um, any questions or concern for me? Also, I like the quizzes lot. Okay, like for every week, I'll post a small quiz questions. Okay, like so you could answer. Okay, like you could send back your answers. Okay, like and then if you have any questions on that answers of that questions, okay, like I would be very happy to discuss further and like that. Mostly I use this JNTU eLearn platform. Okay, like to post all my questions. Okay, like. Sir, what is the best way, okay, like to post some question and to see all the responses and like that?
Uh, Sir, what you can do is you can pose your question while talking.
Okay,
Probably you can ask the people to raise their hands and
okay.
then they can participate through chat also because you can't listen to all the people.
No, no, no. I mean, my thought is not to listen all the people, but I think Chakravarti Garu, he has shown me, okay, like it look like a Moodle kind of a stuff, right? Like where
Yes,
people would
yes,
learn.
there is something like Moodle, right?
Yep. So that platform, there I could post the question and then people would send their responses and something like that. Like, it need not be interactive.
That you can do. Well, I'm thinking of interaction while the lecture is going on about interaction. I'm talking.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you expect that. Okay, like so, yeah, as you suggested, okay, like they could raise their hands. Um, definitely they could raise their hands, and you could
Because
talk.
you also believe in interacting and clarifying the doubts. Then they will be psychologically connected to you
Okay, yes, of course,
instead
sir.
of carrying the doubts till end.
You guys can use the chatting window. Okay, like so
Yes.
you can post. You could tell your internal mentor there. Okay, like and send that question to him, and then like he will post to the chatting window. Okay, like then I immediately see that and then try to answer that one to the as soon as possible at the time itself.
So, my dear students and the faculty from affiliate colleges, any queries or any interaction with Professor Kiran, please express your views. Or you want it in any other way, it is advantageous for you also, you can suggest. We are open actually for things. Please suggest, please talk something. My dear colleges.
You can unmute yourself, okay, like then you could talk.
In which system?
Okay, where you store the big data? Good question. Um, I have a lot of information on that, but I will answer your question as well. Uh, but I'm not sure whether you would understand it now. Uh, all the data, okay, uh, that's going to be stored in the Hadoop platform itself. Okay. I mean, I can give you more details exactly whenever I'm explaining about how to store your data and all the stuff. So this is Hadoop is not a database. Okay, like Hadoop is a file-based storage system. So all your data will be stored in terms of files. And also Hadoop is a distributed file system. So all your data will be stored in a distributed manner across servers. So to answer your question, if we have a Hadoop cluster installed in 50 nodes, the data would be stored in one of these 50 nodes. Is it clear? Don't worry, even if it is not clear also, we have very long time. Okay, like so I will give you all clear details about where the data would be stored, how it will store, how we will know that where the data is stored, how to retrieve this data, what would happen if you lost some of the data. Okay, we'll cover all that kind of scenarios. Okay. I know it's still a first class. Um, uh, Maybe I might have used a big jargon here, but don't worry. Okay, like we'll be covering that. Any other questions? Okay, I got one more question. Is there any relation between big data and data warehouse? Very good. Very good question, really. Like, uh, currently, most of the clients they build their data warehouses, and all these clients they are facing some of the challenges which are called as a big data challenges. Okay. The next class, I will go through that. What is a big data challenge? What is that challenge at all? Why it's been called as a big data challenge? So, to resolve these challenges or to mitigate these challenges, one of the technologies or one of the architectures we should follow is called Hadoop. Hadoop. Hadoop is a technology stack which would mitigate your big data challenges. So the warehouses which are facing a big data problems or challenges, Hadoop will help them to mitigate the problems. So that is the relation between a big data and data warehouses. Also, some clients, some organizations, they started building data warehouses using Hadoop technology. Data warehouses you could build using several technologies. You could build in using Informatica, okay, like using ETL platform. You could build using the talent. You could build in several technologies. So, um, past 3 4 years like that. So clients they started build data warehouses using Hadoop technologies as well. We'll see that. That is another way you could define the relation between a big data and a data warehouses as well. So you could build a data warehouse using Hadoop. I have one more question. What is the need of Hadoop? Very good question. Uh, it's not a single straight line answer, but I have 3 or 4 slides on this topic. You will be learning on the next class. Just remember your question. What is the need of the Hadoop? We'll be covering that in detail in the next class. I have one more question. What is the need of big data in real time? Uh, Pretty much this question is also similar to the previous question. Uh, Real time, yes. We will also see that. We'll also see that what is the need of the big data even in the real time. I think I got your question. Most of the people would say Hadoop or big data would be more useful for the batch type operations, not as a real time. But reality, okay, it's not true completely. Most of the clients, most of the clients, they use Hadoop as a uh, non-real-time application or batch-wise applications to run batch-wise applications. Okay, but there are some use cases where Hadoop will be very much suited for the real-time problems as well. Okay, here the real-time means uh, close to the live. Okay, like whenever that event occurs, immediately, okay, like the processing also should be done at the same time simultaneously. So that kind of a, you want to build that kind of applications, Hadoop is definitely not an ignorable solution. Okay, like Hadoop has all the needed components inside the platform to support very close to the real time, to build very close to the real time applications. I have some scenarios as well where the people are using uh, real time based Hadoop solution. Okay, like I mean, um, for some of these questions, some background is really required. Okay, like first we'll understand that what is the big data, what is Hadoop, what is the relation, when our data would be promoted as big data, when my data is called as a big data. First of all, what is this big data, right? So the words like big, taller, longer, heavier, okay, these are the words. All these words are relative, right? I cannot say some student X is bigger, which is not true, right? He might be bigger when compared to his siblings. He may be bigger when compared to his classmates. He may be bigger in that room, right? These are just like relative words. I cannot say just he's a bigger. So we always use um, the scope of that. For example, if Ramu is tallest, which is not right. Ramu is tallest when compared to Somu. Ramu is tallest in his class. Like that, right? We need to define our scope when we are using these kind of words, especially bigger, taller, shorter, okay, like longest, this kind of a thing. But you might have seen people would use the big data word wherever they don't specify any scope for this, right? They always say the big data. What does it mean? So that is the first step we need to learn. Definitely, I have a very nice information on that. I know, I mean, today it's only for introduction. Okay, like so the next class we'll be learning on that. When we'll call big data? In which scenarios will we call big data? Okay. If the data is big, I have one more question. If the data is big, we can store in some secondary storage devices. What is the significance of Hadoop and big data? Okay. Uh, Again, there is no single liner for this. Okay, like your question will be um, answered in the next class. I will give you some more basics. Really, I mean, um, my thought is I've not expected any of the technical questions. Okay, like right now because we never covered anything, right? So maybe anything related to the course, textbooks, some logistics. Okay, like some your mid exam. Okay, like final exam about any holidays, about any how to communicate. Really, that kind of a questions that I expected. But anyway, don't worry. All your questions. Okay, like remember that. Um, After introduction of big data class, okay, like still you have any questions, I would be very happy to answer them, and then we'll go through one by one by one. Meanwhile, you could list down all your questions, okay, like, and then put it onto paper, or you could write it down and then keep it with you after this introduction of the class. Still,
అంతేనా?
uh, your questions are not clear, still you need some more help in understanding further, definitely please. Okay, like I would be very happy to answer them. Okay, I'm pretty sure all your questions will be answered automatically. Okay, I have one more question from VNRCE. Is it possible to cover entire syllabus about big data in single semester? Okay. Um, I thought you are asking is it single semester is enough to learn all the things about big data, right? Um, Big data or Hadoop is a platform. Okay, like when I say like a platform, you always have some scope for learning. And when we are speaking about big data, there may be some new thing which might be added into the platform. Okay, like so, uh, this is very fast growing open source based technology right now. Okay, so a lot of things are happening in this domain. Okay, like definitely it's not possible to cover everything related to the Hadoop or big data in a single semester. But the syllabus, whatever thing that has been given, okay, in terms of 6 units, to cover, okay, um, people will not be using all available tools in Hadoop and big data for their daily needs. They won't be able to use all the tools. So a partial set of tools they will be using depending on what kind of a use cases that they've been working using the Hadoop platform. Okay. So if I say like 100 clients are using Hadoop platform, there are 50 different tools are available in the Hadoop and ecosystem. Not all the clients will be using all the 50 tools. Okay, like not all the 50 tools will be useful for all the clients as well. So what kind of a use case that they are doing, depending on that one, we need to choose a tool. As part of our this course, we'll be covering most prominent or dominant uses of the tools. So these are the tools are heavily used. 95% of the clients they use these tools for their daily needs. In other words, these are the basic tools that industry would expect having a knowledge into. So if you want to climb as you have a knowledge about big data or Hadoop, so people would expect that you must be knowing about these tools. So those tools I will be covering as part of this course. And of course, that's what it's been listed in your uh, part of syllabus as well. Is it clear? Any more questions? I'm not sure. Okay. Then another interesting question. If big data is there, then why we need go for cloud? Good question. You guys are beyond my expectation, really. Okay. Um, Cloud is more infrastructure related. First point. Okay. Second one is entire your Hadoop platform you could build in cloud. Okay. That is one kind of a thing. Uh, Rather than installing on your lab or in your own premises, okay, you could have your Hadoop cluster on the cloud. Second thing is these cloud providers, they also open gates and they are given the features such a way that you could have the cluster resources whenever you need it. You need not have, see, there are two options. One thing is a cluster will be ready. You can go and submit your job and get the results and then process them. That is one approach. Second approach is whenever you want that, you create the cluster. You create the cluster, submit the job, get the results, and close the cluster. So this is the second approach. The cloud platforms support both of them. So there are some pros and cons. Okay, like why the people would use why the people would go into the cloud versus in premises. Uh, Cost wise, infrastructure wise, okay, like resources, logistics, other things. Okay, um, people will not go for cloud because Hadoop platform is not providing some of the features. They don't go for cloud because of some features, some lack of features. Okay, they'll go to the cloud due to some other reasons like that. And cloud is much more of a uh, uh, bigger space. Uh, it's not only aimed to resolve your big data challenges, but apart from that, it does a lot of things. So they both are um, different domains and different structure altogether. Okay. Uh, Probably once we go into that unit 3 and unit 4, okay, like so, we'll have definitely much more clarity on that. Maybe at the time you ask me the same question, then I can give you much more detailed way so that you can better understand than current situation. Okay. Request to follow algorithmic approach for map reduce with more examples. Okay. Um, that's really good idea. Algorithmic approach, not sure what does it mean, but um, definitely we'll go more interactive way. Okay, like it's more hands-on exercise than theoretical class. Okay, I could say like 65% hands-on and only 30% is theoretical. Okay, entire this course is designed like that. Even if you see the syllabus and all the things, everything is related to the more practical or more hands-on things. So you have more work for your fingers than your ears. So that's what the goal is. Definitely, I will follow that way. Okay, like uh, my first goal is to cover the syllabus. Obviously, Even I raised some concerns about the syllabus, okay, like because it has some of the um, old old technologies or old API. Okay, like so people are not using nowadays. Okay, like they're already it's been like 3 years back technology that it's been listed in the syllabus. So um, I'll be touching them definitely, but we'll be more focusing on what is the API or technologies that currently used in the industry, what are their advantages, and we'll be more spending more time on that kind of a things. Okay, rather than going and learning for the old API. I may face a little bit bigger challenge in having your own clusters there. So we have been trying to find out a best solution for that. But anyway, first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we don't require any of the cluster. Okay, like so until we learn the basics of the big data, introduction of the big data, Hadoop platform, features, tools. Okay, like these are the things first we'll go through all this stuff, and slowly when the time comes, okay, like I will guide you exactly how to have your own clusters and how to run the jobs, how to submit your own code in your own cluster, and how to see the results and all that stuff. Of course, it's very big journey, I could say. Now, also, you could ask me any kind of a questions, okay, related to the big data and Hadoop. Okay, like I will definitely narrate all my experiences, okay, like the real experiences that currently I'm facing, okay, like and what are the things I faced in the last couple of years. Apart from that, also like if you have any further questions or anything, um, you could feel free to contact me. Okay, like send me a message, send me an email. Okay, like definitely like I will try to answer it or resolve it as soon as possible. Murthy garu, how can these people would contact me? Connected. Okay. Um, I will check with him afterwards, and then I will inform all of you. Okay, like if you have any questions or what is the best way to communicate. I'm not sure what is the protocol that need to follow here. I think email would be a better way. Okay, like I can share my personal email. Okay, like if you want to ask any questions, but let's figure out what is the official way. Okay, to communicate, and then even if that is not going to solve, I will share my personal ID and then you can contact me. Uh, okay, I got one more question. Let me know what is the software required for Hadoop. Very good question. I have a one slide on software requirements for Hadoop platform. I'll be more covering into the next class, but we don't require any software. Hadoop is completely open source based. Only we require is Java language. JDK should be there. Uh, Typically, not even yeah, JDK and JRE. If you have both available, I think that's it. We don't require any additional software. you, really, I want to install the cluster also. Okay, like so, you will install on your own. Okay, like so, you would see that what kind of a software that we will be uh, installing as a prerequisite before installing the Hadoop. We don't require anything. We require only JDK and JRE. It's just JRE only, frankly speaking. For some components, JDK is also required, but JRE is must. We don't require any other third-party software. We'll see that one. Like we'll see that what is the beauty of the Hadoop. Okay. Um, Pretty sure you might have a lot of questions. So let me cover something. Let me give you introduce about technology, how it's related, and all that stuff, so that take all the technical questions. Just list down all your questions. Okay, like and uh, if it's not clear, definitely. If it's not clear, even after the class, definitely like I'll go through that last 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So you could post all the questions and I will be waiting for them. Also in the Moodle, okay, like platform. The Moodle also like I will provision. Okay, like you could ask the question. Background noise. Very good. Uh, Next week, what is big data? Why the people would call both together? SRKIT, your voice was not getting. Okay. So since my voice is not getting, I don't think even you could hear what I'm talking about. We'll learn that thing in the next class. Thank you everyone for joining this, for choosing this course and joining this class. It's my pleasure to teach you Hadoop and Big Data course for this year. Thank you and have a good day.